The iPhone 13 is Apple's best iPhone ever. Who saw that one coming? But I have a question for you guys. Why is iPhone so popular? Why do people notice a brand new Apple feature but not notice that that same feature has been on Android for many years? Apple's marketing, at least in my opinion, is just simply the best in the business. They know how to market to people that might not ever use these new features, but it sure sounds cool.
I mean, just take a look at when the iPhone 11 Pro came out. Apple showed us live on the keynote in front of millions of average people like you and me what the camera can do. And it looked like a damn movie. It looked fantastic. I almost couldn't believe it. But that's because it really was hard to believe. I mean, look at that video compared to the video that the average person, me and you, took on the iPhone 11 Pro. It didn't look anywhere even close to as good as how Apple showed it. If you skip forward to the iPhone 13, Apple has given us a new gimmick to play with: cinematic video. But again, let's take a look at the marketing. It looks great. It literally looks like it's from a movie to the untrained eye. Is it perfect? Hell no, not even close. It does do some pulsing here and there, but hey, even the $2,000 GH5 that I used to shoot with also had major pulsing issues. But to have that kind of cinematic style in a phone that's this thin, in a phone that goes wherever you go, is pretty neat. Again, it's nowhere close to being perfect, but it's neat. It's a gimmick, but it's a cool gimmick. The iPhone 13 Pro Max. Is this the phone of Apple's marketing strategy, or is it just a great phone? Believe it or not, the jump from the iPhone 12 Pro to the iPhone 13 Pro is actually a massive jump. It's more of a jump than from 11 to 12. Taking a look at the outside of the phone, we can see that it hasn't changed at all compared to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, at least not anything visible. It's only when we take a look at the screen do we notice something different, and yeah, it's the smaller notch, but it's still a notch. The stainless steel borders of the iPhone Pro models have been proven to be incredibly tough, especially when it comes to drops. It is a very, very strong material, but look at those fingerprints, bro. The screen of the iPhone 13 has also been improved. It is now brighter than before, and it has ProMotion, which does change the refresh rate from 10 Hz all the way to 120 Hz. Awesome enough, you can actually turn that off and put the phone to 60 Hz, but even in 60 Hz, it's still adaptive, which I don't think any other phone does, and I don't think a lot of people are talking about this. So even if you put the iPhone 13 Pro models of phones to 60 Hz, it's still adaptive from 10 Hz all the way to 60 Hz. So it's not just locked at 60 Hz. Apple's implementation of 120 Hz is better than any other phone out there. That's because in many Android phones, if you want to use 120 Hz, that greatly affects the battery. In fact, we've seen some phones, if you turn off 120 Hz, the phone lasts 45 minutes to an hour longer. I mean, that's quite a bit of a jump. But Apple's 120 Hz somehow still manages to get almost 10 hours of screen on time. That is more than any other phone I've used, even 60 Hz phones. When Apple releases a new iPhone, they mainly focus on two things, right? Performance and cameras. And actually new to this year, they focused heavily on battery life with making the actual phone physically thicker. So did Apple actually improve the performance of this year's iPhone for it to be even noticeable? Believe it or not, yeah. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually see a difference in day-to-day activities comparing to last year's iPhone. The A15 chip is just wow. Okay, so now what about the cameras? This is arguably Apple's biggest camera update since, well, ever. You get all new sensors and all new cameras. And if you put those two things together, nighttime performance is crazy. Take a look at this video comparing the iPhone 13 Pro Max to the S21 Ultra in 4K 60 low light. The S21 Ultra is clearly brighter, but it has a boatload of noise. The iPhone is darker, but it has a lot less noise. The great thing about having dark footage over having bright, noisy footage is that you can easily brighten it up. And in doing so, the iPhone video becomes much better. The ultra-wide also got improved, and in photos, it's amazing. Although, if I'm remaining unbiased, the S21 Ultra does still have the better ultra-wide when it comes to stuff like HDR. At least in my photos and in my shooting style. Results may be different for you. But when it comes to ultra-wide video, the iPhone again takes the win, especially in low light. In normal 4K 60 mode in the daytime, the iPhone does record video super good. Stabilization, focusing, color, contrast, it's all great. But I kinda wanna test something out, okay? I haven't tested this before, I'm actually gonna go now. So if you would, please get up, let's go, follow me. We're gonna test out the S21 against the 13 Pro Max and see which phone is better at not showing lens flare. But first, guys, I kind of want some Dunkin' Donuts, so I am gonna go there first.
You could be my peace sign. I don't need that energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride.
Hey, can I get a strawberry dragon fruit refresher with green tea?
Green tea, what size did you want?
Oh, I'm sorry, medium.
You said medium?
Yeah.
Alright, anything else for you?
No, that's it.
Alright, 383.
Awesome, thank you. I love the refreshers, man. They're so damn delicious, dude.
Course switching, you will pick a size. Don't blink, course slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took a L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts.
All right, so lens flare. Again, both phones have it for sure. I don't know if you guys can see that on both phones, but on the iPhone, it just seems much more obvious. Like on the Galaxy, the lens flare is on the brick wall right now, and it's there, but it's not as bright. Meanwhile, on the iPhone, it's like a yellow laser. Yeah, that's really annoying. So I'm standing a little bit closer to the pole, and as you can see, both phones still suffer from that flying lens flare. But that's actually good news, because the iPhone 12 from last year was 100% worse. It looks like the 13 is basically on par with the S21. So, hey, that's good. I'm happy. Now, which light looks better? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my Dunkin' Donuts. The new telephoto camera is also fantastic to take those great telephoto shots with that new extended 77mm range. So in short, yeah, cameras, spot on. Good job, Apple. As you guys saw in the beginning of the video, Apple's cinematic video is basically kind of the same thing as what Samsung is doing, but of course, Apple's is better. It does a more realistic job at going from sharp to a little bit blurry, a little bit more blurry, a little bit more blurry, and then until you get to a full kind of blurriness. It just has that nice roll off. Meanwhile, with the Galaxy, it does look a little bit photoshopped and the edges aren't as good. And also with the S21 Ultra, if you do record portrait video, there's no way to later change the depth of field. There's no way to later change where the focus is. It's kind of already built in. So whatever video you get with the S21 Ultra, that's the video you're stuck with. Meanwhile, on the iPhone, you do have the ability to change where that focus is later on. Maybe you want it to focusing on this face instead of this face. And then tomorrow you want it, I want it this face instead of this face. You can do that on the iPhone, as well as, again, changing the actual depth of field. Maybe you want it more blurry, maybe you want it less blurry. So the iPhone's clearly does the better job, and it allows you, or it gives you more tools to really kind of tweak things to your own liking. With the screen being able to reach 1000 nits for normal everyday content such as social media, web browsing, and well, anything else, the phone is also able to reach 1200 nits with HDR content. And if you like to record video on your iPhone using HDR and then edit that footage on the computer, it looks, wow,
breathtaking. Do I think the iPhone 13 Pro Max has the best camera? No, because there is no such thing as the best camera. Literally, when it comes to smartphones, there is no best camera. So anytime you hear a YouTuber say this is absolutely the best camera, that's just not gonna happen. It all depends on how you like to shoot. Maybe you like this type of shooting style over this type of shooting style. Even though the one you don't like might objectively be better, it doesn't mean it's better for you. I already did a camera comparison against the S21 Ultra up against the 13 Pro Max. If you want to go watch it, go ahead. But spoiler alert, sometimes the iPhone is better, sometimes the S21 is better. It's been like that for years. There is no more best camera. There isn't. But what I can say for a fact is that the iPhone 13's camera is incredible, but not the best. So look, okay, the iPhone 13 is the best iPhone. Does it mean you have to upgrade? Hell no. Actually, no. You should only upgrade if your phone is older than the iPhone 11. Then I can safely say, please upgrade. If you want great battery life, actually the best battery life in a flagship, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is for you. If you want amazing cameras with insane low light ability, well, the iPhone 13 Pro series of phones is for you. If you want a phone that is crazy fast, has 120 Hz, well, the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the iPhone 13 Pro is for you. It's just a solid, great phone overall, and it's definitely not an S phone, no matter what anyone tells you. It is literally upgraded in every single way possible. So if you're looking for your next iPhone, guys, I think this is a good, safe bet. Thank you all for watching, and again, I do have to remind you guys, if you did enjoy the video, definitely click that like button. If you're new here and you like this type of content, definitely consider subscribing. And as always, guys, this was Mark for Mark's Tech. Adios.